mic ready to go yet. Are we live? Oh, snap. I think we are live. What's up with the Playboy? What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? How's everybody doing today? I'm standing up right now, so I got to jack up my table a little bit so I can get a little higher. I cannot see the chat. I can see no chat. Can you hear me? Give me a 5x5 if you guys hear me okay. I'll have to open another page to be able to see if anybody's even in the chat. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? How is everybody? Charlie Bear. Oh yeah, this is hilarious. Okay, so we do have some people in the chat. What is going on, Traveling Scott? What's going on, Playboy? I'm standing up instead of sitting down, so my concoction here is a little bit. I'm a little bit off right here, real quick here. 5x5 from Phil. Good to see you, Phil. Do me a favor. Put OTVO in the chat, which stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. And you know why? Because there's 4 parts of Terry versus Ohio. Number 1, officer safety over all of your rights. Number 2, reasonable articulable suspicion, invented by Terry versus Ohio. Number 3, cops can run up and grab you in the form of a stop and frisk. Number 4, cops can now detain you using torture cuffs. And as you know, torture cuffs are always torture. Put it in the chat. OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. All right, there we go. I got that bad chicken paused. I couldn't even see straight. I couldn't even think straight. What's going on, Philly? Dan Hanlon. Hopefully Roger Lane is back today. What's up, Playboy? Les Paul. Chevy. Do we got Chevy in the chat? I mean, it literally is not loading for me over here on this strange side over here. My all the buttons and keys that you get when you do a live stream, I don't get to see any of those right now. They are not popping up. Okay, so the first, there it is. Chad, member for almost 2 years now, my friend. You guys hit the subscribe button. Consider becoming a channel member. It's like $3 a month, but it really makes a difference for this channel because YouTube hates us. Yes, indeed. YouTube hates us all the way through, 100%. So, Maxim, eat my shorts, Playboy. Eat my shorts. You know, I was, you know, we're going to watch some videos together. Put a one in the chat if you guys want to watch some videos together. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. Just tap right on the glass of the screen or hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Do you want to watch some videos together? Put a one in the chat if you want to watch a couple of videos together. Okay. So I saw this video come on my feed today. And I feel a little bad because I can't stand bullying. You know, I got bullied all the way up until I was like 12, 13 years old. And I hated getting bullied. I hated it. It's the reason why I became a wrestler and the reason why I eventually beat up all those people who bullied me. But I don't like bullies. But this video, I think, I don't know if it exemplifies bullying. I mean, it's bullying. It's bullying. I don't want to be fake. You know, it's... So these coppers right here, these coppers in New York... These coppers, as you get, if you're under a rock, then you don't know that New York got a couple feet of snow, and so all the coppers are out in Washington Square Park, and you know, the people who have so much admiration and respect for the cops. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. It splits me down the middle, and I'll tell you why it splits me down the middle. Because part of me is like, screw these cops. Cops suck, and they're dog shit. Most of the time they're dog shit. They hurt people. They're violent. They have bad policies, bad procedures, bad protocols, and that's part of me. The other part of me is like, if you got one group that's throwing snowballs at another group and that group doesn't want to play, the other part of me is like, it's pretty shitty, you know, because snowballs, I'm from Alaska. Snowballs hurt for sure.
It's gonna be inside the playground. I ain't do nothing. Come on. Don't touch me. I'll smack the shit out. Back out.
And all the cops got the snow on their hat from where they're getting pelted with snowballs. You can see the snowballs raining down. That was a big block. That was like a snowman. Where are you guys at on that? All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think it's perfectly justified. Put a 2 in the chat if you think the snowballs are going too much. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's perfectly justified that it's the citizens blowing off some steam. They're not ice balls. They're just snowballs. Ice balls are different. We know that if we're from Alaska. Put a 1 in the chat if it's okay. The citizens are just taking out a little bit of aggression on these coppers. Put a 2 in the chat if it's completely unacceptable. Just want to see what you guys think.
You can't do that, bro.
I mean, the cop got a little aggressive right here, right? Right there. Do you see that? Well, I don't think that this is chaos. There's nobody being hurt. It's just snowballs. There's no litter. There's no broken buildings. There's no one being attacked. It's just snowballs. At the same time, these cops are all upset and they don't want to play because they're getting hit in the head with snowballs. Now they're coming back out to do what? Got their hands up. These guys got their hands up. They're putting their hands up in the air here. She's bugging. They got pepper spray out. They got pepper spray out. They're gonna pepper spray people.
Bro, why they so pressed though? Look at these niggas.
Put a 1 in the chat if pepper spray is too much. Put a 2 in the chat if you should get pepper sprayed for throwing snowballs. Put a 1 in the chat if pepper spraying is too much. Put a 2 in the chat if pepper spraying someone who's throwing snowballs is okay with you. Boom. Boom. That chick got beamed. That female cop got hit in the face. She got hit by like 3 or 4 snowballs at the same time. You see it? She got hit by several snowballs at the same time. I'm going to kill that music for a second. But, yeah. So now they want to go to the police precinct to go throw snowballs at the coppers. There's a storyline here for sure if you follow the storyline. There's definitely a storyline here. And to me, it's a storyline that tells a story that the government has lost the respect of the people. Super chat came in. I'm grateful to have subscribed to you 21 months ago and have to tell you what I have learned from your channel is priceless, but here's a little something from me to you, a little super chat. Thank you, Chad, for the super chat, brother. God bless you, brother. We don't stop, man. We don't stop. Thanks. Appreciate your support. It's great. I love when people learn stuff. I love when Chad comes through like that. See, like, I think the cops should be able to take a little bit of this. Number one, that's our car, so we can touch it. We can throw snow at it. And number two, unless you're hitting cops in the face with ice balls, I think that there should be able to be a snowball fight. and the cops have to take a little bit of shit, they give a lot of shit. And I don't think, I don't think it's turned so toxic yet. I don't think it's turned toxic where it feels dangerous. It feels like young people having a good time throwing snowballs, right, Fred? Right, Small Miracle Garages? They're just throwing snowballs at each other. That actually looks pretty fun right there. That actually looks pretty fun right there, doesn't it? Put a 1 in the chat if that looks pretty fun. Throwing snowballs like that back and forth. So that's that. Okay, there it is right there. Here it is right here. Right. This is from my perspective, from my humble opinion here. This is where it gets nutty right here. Right, Marcy? Marcy Fox official. So like what is she gonna do? Somebody threw a snowball at her. So now what happens next? You're gonna chase them? I mean, are you gonna chase them, grab some snow, and throw a snowball at them? Which seems perfectly fine to me. If she's grabbing people and trying to cuff them up, then she's wilding out, right? Right?
Yo. Yo.
I don't. Okay, so can you guys help me understand what happens here? Why all of a sudden do they need to get these guys? I don't see anything.
Yo.
I don't understand what the deal is. Why all of a sudden does someone have to be gotten? She's dressed up like a hot dog. I'm just seeing the cop response is all I'm doing. Are people going to act like idiots? Yeah, they are. Are the cops going to act like idiots? I'm going to mace you. I'm going to mace you. Back up. Get out of here. You're going to get maced. I'm going to mace you. I'm going to mace you. Are you throwing snowballs? Are you throwing snowballs? I'm going to mace you. I'm going to shoot you with pepper spray.
She back that shit out like a 40. Yo. She back that shit out like a 40.
What for? What for? What for? What is the mace for? Put a 1 in the chat if pulling out mace and saying back up. If it just goes too far, if it's just too much, you don't need to batter somebody with pepper spray to have law and order. These guys are not acting outside of the boundaries of law and order. They're just messing around because it's snow day and no one went to school and a lot of jobs were closed. But there's no reason to behave that way if you're a copper.
Yo, did you go to
Oh, someone hit her with a snowball. No more snowballs. No more snowballs. I'd like to see 100 snowballs come in right now. Like,
Not too much. Not too much. Not too much. Hey, not too much. Not too much. Yeah. All right.
look how aggressive she is. Look how aggressive she is. How she wants to fight. How she wants to fight. And he's like, let's go. Just ignore them. They are not under attack. He's got his taser out. You gonna shoot someone for? You gonna taser somebody for having a snowball? Is that what happens next? Is that right? Is it gonna be a taser for a snowball?
He said, ever since my brother died, I've been thinking about homicide.
I mean, these cops are allowing themselves. Oh, let me pause it for a second. So tell me if I'm wrong. Put a 1 in the chat if these cops are allowing themselves to be a piñata. They're giving a reaction. And believe me, there's things I've learned along the route here in the past 5 years, being in front of the camera. When I turn on my live stream, hundreds of people come in, right? I've learned some things. And some things I've learned are that you don't give people a reaction if you don't want to have a controversy about it. What's up, Mike Valetti? I see you in the chat. Rancho Relaxo.
That's the rookie move.
And there she is. There's the same pigtail. There's the same pigtail losing her composure.
Oh, she's mad trigger happy.
Right, PBE? The same pigtail losing her composure. Now they're running out of there with lights on, sirens on. They got to get the hell out of there as quick as they can. Put a 1 in the chat if this has been a weak response from the cops. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
You go back and do your thing. We just need to make sure there's no trouble. What you're doing is fine.
Well, thanks so much, Copper. There was no trouble. There was no trouble. It's a snowball fight.
All right? You go back in. Everything's fine. All right, relax. Do your thing.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Copper.
All's good. Do your thing. We're good.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for letting people live and do their thing. Thank you so much. So I saw this.
Right. Everybody know what I do. But let me tell you something.
So this video right here is of a copper who's not dressed up in his uniform, being as respectful as I can. Okay, he's not dressed up in his uniform. And he goes out and he's driving down the road. And he's going to get pulled over by the coppers, and he all of a sudden remembers that, he remembers. I don't want to offend anybody with my words because my skin is not melanated, but along the lines of being a copper, I think he forgot. Because tell me if I'm wrong, but when cops sign up to be cops, they're no longer black or white. They're blue. They're no longer brown or Filipino or Asian or Any spectrum of white, they're blue. Jeff Facone with a $5 super chat. Somebody match me. Yes, Jeff Facone. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Give me 5 matches. 5 matches. $5 super chat. So this guy right here. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you, dude. This guy right here. Black North matched. Yes. 4 more. Yes. Thanks, Black North. Right on. Let's get 4 more. Let's get 4 more. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. So now listen to what the black cop says when he's not around all of his friends wearing his uniform.
So check this out. I just got pulled over by the police. Right? Everybody know what I do. But let me tell you something. That was the most scary encounter ever. Let me tell you why. Now you see how it feels when the sheep becomes the wolf. But it was very scary because now you got a wolf pulling over a wolf.
And that's the other thing. How did they, Jason with a $5 super chat, Dan Hanlon, yes, 1 more. Let me get 1 more. Yes, God bless you guys. Yes, Mikey B's in the chat. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Dan Hanlon. Jason Hart, Dan Hanlon. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I sorry for interrupting, but the thing is he says you have a wolf pulling over a wolf. Let me tell you, cops, something. You're not a wolf, bro. You coppers who think that you're wolves. I mean, some of you guys went over, you joined up, you went to war. Thank you for your service. But you're not a wolf when you come back and you join a hierarchy where you take orders every day. A wolf is somebody who goes out and makes it on their own without having to go to a hierarchy. Now, a lot of people, the reason why they join hierarchies is because they have a wife and children, which that makes a lot of sense to me. You have a partner with some children. Joining a hierarchy means that you get a solid paycheck with insurance and benefits. Makes a lot of sense. But it's really hard to be a wolf when you're in a hierarchy unless you're the top of that hierarchy. So him saying you got a wolf to catch a wolf. Bloodborne with a $5 super chat. What's up, Bloodborne? Thanks, man. That's 5. God bless you guys. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Now, I'm all for law and order. You guys know that. I'm a law and order guy all the way. I teach the principles of John Locke, life, liberty, property. But this idea that just because you sign up to be a copper makes you some sort of shepherd or wolf, I just don't know if that's how I see it.
When the sheep becomes the wolf. But it was very scary because now you got a wolf pulling over a wolf. License registration, got that. Is there a reason that you took from Marlboro Pike the Beltway to get on Allentown Road when you could have just went straight through Forestville Road? Like, in my brain, I can go where the fuck I want to go and drive where the fuck I want to drive. But that's not what scared me. What scared me was the second question. Do you have any knives, guns, or bombs in the truck? Listen, his whole demeanor changed. Well, he didn't let me just say yes. I said yes. Knives and guns. His whole demeanor changed. Backed up, put his hand on his weapon. I said I am law enforcement. I have all the credentials to show you. This man's hand stayed on his weapon. He said, well, let me see him. Fuck no. I'm not reaching. Fuck no. I'm not reaching into my pocket. Turn the light on. Where my gun is, on my hip. I told him that. Then I said, could you please turn on your body cam? It was off. All police officers have a body cam they're supposed to wear. It's a little box. If you don't see that red light, don't you do shit. You understand? He's still behind me. Oh. Nervous. Scared.
You see that? He's nervous. He's scared.
A bullet don't give a shit who you are. You hear me? He was nervous. Then he said, what do you have in the car? I said, I have knives. Where are they? In the ceiling. See the knife? He said, where's the gun? On my hip. I got all credentials. My wallet is in my right pocket. You can get it. No, the fuck I can't. No, sir. You can get it with your body cam on. I reached for my cell phone, which is on my dad's. I put my hand up and grab my cell phone. You're not gonna need that. That could have went really bad. Just by the wrong response, it could have went really bad. Y'all be careful out there, man.
It's so funny. And the worst part about this for me is that he's a cop. He is an active duty cop. He does this to other people, what he is experiencing. Black North with a gifted membership. What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? David Cooper got a membership from Black North. Thank you, Black North. I appreciate it, man. He's a black cop being pulled over, and he's afraid. He said, I'm not going to reach for anything. I'm not going to grab anything. I'm not going to reach in my back pocket. I'm not going to do anything. He's afraid of the cops. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see that he's afraid of the cops. Let me go back to right here real quick.
It was off. All police officers. I'm not reaching. Fuck no. I'm not reaching into my pocket. Turn the light on.
What do I teach you guys? I teach you guys to have your hands at touchdown position. Your trifold and all your documents are up on your visor. That's the new trifold coming out right there. And your phone is in your right hand. You have everything like this. So you're ready to go. Your hands are at touchdown position. Touchdown position. Let me show it to you. Touchdown. You guys want touchdown position. Touchdown position. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be at touchdown position. Or the cop could say you reached and he could kill you and you could die. I mean, I didn't just set this methodology up so that you'll buy my trifold. Yes, go buy my trifold. Thanks a lot. You get it on DeleteLawz.com. That's where you get it. You go to that website, Delete Lawz. That's where you get the trifold. But I taught you this so that you don't get shot. Because whether or not you're just going to have your license registration up in your hand, you don't have to have your trifold at all, but you should have everything ready to go like this. Oh, you son of a... License registration, proof of insurance here. Your hands still go at a touchdown position. My hands are still at a touchdown position because you don't want to get shot. These cops are scared. They teach the cops to be afraid of you. That's the training. The training is that every person wants to shoot you and kill you is what they train the cops to believe. You don't believe me? They shoot people 10, 15, 20 times and then run up and put them in torture cuffs as they're bleeding out and dying if they're not already dead. Your hands go to touchdown position. They teach their people to be afraid. My phone is here. It's lit up. Here's my license registration. In my left hand, this is the way you are. This is the way you are. And listen, I don't love teaching you this shit, how to break yourself like a little bitch. It's not fun for me. There's 400 people in here, and I'm teaching you how to be a little bitch and get your hands up so you don't get shot, right? Unfortunately, they train them to be afraid of us.
Where my gun is on my hip. I told him that. Then I said, could you please turn on your body cam? It was off. All police officers have a body cam they're supposed to wear. It's a little box. If you don't see that red light, don't you do shit. You understand?
So now he's saying that the cop didn't have his body camera on. He just pulled over another brother is all he did. He just pulled over another brother. He just had a brother that he had to line out real quick. He doesn't need his body camera on.
Still behind me?
Yeah, I don't think it is either, James. I said I'm teaching you how to break yourself like a bitch. I'm not teaching you how to break yourself like a bitch. I'm teaching you how to survive a traffic stop in the United States of America is what I'm doing. Get your hands to touchdown position. Get your hands to touchdown position. That's how you get your hands.
Scared because a bullet don't give a shit who you are. You hear me? He was nervous. Then he said, what do you have in the car? I said, I have knives. Where are they? In the ceiling. See the knife?
Homeboy's got a knife wedged into his upper. He's got one of those rooftop consoles in his truck. He's got a knife up there. I mean, he's a copper. He's got a gun on his hip. He's got a knife. So now do we agree now? Put a 1 in the chat if they train cops to be afraid of us. Put a 1 in the chat if they train cops to be afraid of you, to be afraid of me. Put a 1 in the chat if this cop right here with a gun on his hip and a knife up in the top of his truck. Put a 1 in the chat if this cop's scared. If this cop was scared of the other cops, if this cop is scared of you. He's afraid of everybody. He's got a knife. I don't have a knife up in my console of my van. I don't have one. Do you? He's got one right here. You know why he's got one right here? Because he's scared. His training is be afraid of everybody. Officer safety first. He's an officer. He has a gun on his hip. He has a knife up in the top of his truck. I don't have a knife up in the top of my van. I mean, I'm just saying, I just, I guess I don't think people, the only time that I teach people that they should be afraid of other people is when they're being pulled over by American police. Then I teach you to follow a very rigid set of policies for yourself. License, registration, phone in this hand, trifold in this hand. Give the cop your license, registration, proof of insurance right away. Immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right and stop talking. You got it on delete Lawz as you're filming, and that's how you do it. And that's when I tell you to be very mindful of other people because they could kill you when you get pulled over by the cops.
Said, where's the gun? On my hip. I got all credentials. My wallet is in my right pocket. You can get it. No, the fuck I can't. No, sir.
He's scared there too.
You can get it.
Black North with the gifted membership. Black North with the gifted membership. Chevy's in the chat. What's up, Playboy? Everybody do me a favor. Put Chevy in the chat. I'm spitting all over the place. Put Chevy in the chat.
I reached for my cell phone, which is on my dad's. I put my hand up and grab my cell phone. You're not going to need that. That could have went really bad. Just by the wrong response, it could have went really bad. Y'all be careful out there, man. I understand what y'all feel.
Oh no,
you
no.
Don't know this one also.
You only understand what we feel because you got reminded that you were black, homeboy. Homeboy here, when he's on shift wearing a badge, running around saying, I got a report of someone looking through cars, he forgets that he's black. Now that he got pulled over by cops and they didn't have the body camera on, I mean, did he forget? You forget you're black, bro? I guess he got reminded, huh? People are like, oh, Chille's racist. He said a black guy forgot he was black. I don't give a fuck. He's blue. He's not black anymore when he's got the badge and gun on. For the glory of Christ! For the glory of Christ is in the chat.
If it pulls you over, you have a right to demand for a lieutenant or a sergeant or somebody in charge. Grab your phone when they pull you over and you dial 911. And they're coming.
Now he's telling you to call the cops, and don't call the cops when the cops pull you over or they'll charge you with the crime. They'll charge you with the crime.
When they lift that phone up, how can I help you? The officer was pulling me over. I need your help. I feel scared. He is in uniform, but I just don't trust the situation. They will send him to you. They have to now. I'm the bad guy flex, man. That was a nervous situation for me. Y'all please be safe, man. Drive right. Don't give them no motherfucking reason. All right? I love y'all.
He's saying don't give them no motherfucking reason. He's the guy that he's talking about. He literally is the guy. He drives a squad car. He pulls people over. This guy right here. And he's telling you, let me go back 10 seconds.
Man, that was a nervous situation for me.
Yeah, it's a nervous situation for us every time you pull us over too, Copper.
Y'all please be safe, man. Drive right. Don't give them no motherfucking reason.
So he's saying don't give them no motherfucking reason, but who he's talking about is himself. He's talking about himself. He's the dark man. He's the bad man. He's the bad man in the night. He's the darkness. He's the terror. He's the fear. And he's saying, drive right. Don't give him any fucking reason. You mean don't give yourself... He is the scary guy in the night. He's the darkness. He's the terror. Do you guys understand that? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understand that. He's the guy that pulls you over. He's the one who knocks on your window. It's him. So, I just find it so ironic that he's like, don't give him any chances, guys. Watch your back. These guys are out to get you. You're the cop out to get people, brother. Sorry.
I love y'all. I'm glad I'm driving away. God damn it. That could have went bad. I'm not going home dead. Nah, we both gonna be fucking laying down in the street. Believe that shit. God. All right, y'all be easy, yo.
Now he's talking about having a shootout with the cops and saying how that could have gone bad when the cops pull up on you, all aggressive lights and guns in your face. And he's saying that could have gone bad. Yeah, it could go bad for all of us every time, Copper. Thank God you're awake now. Thank God that you are now woke. Thank God that he caught on, you know. Thank God that he knows now.
Pull me over because I took a longer way to get on the Beltway. Huh?
Right. So the same absolute, the exact same bullshit reason why you give people that you pulled them over happened to you, and now you're making a video telling us to watch our backs. Thank you so much, Copper. God, man, thank you so much. You know, now that you're here, I feel a lot better, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel much, much safer. You feel much safer now that he's here. Well, shit, now that he's seen the light, we're all safe. So if you guys don't know, this is a pregnant woman who's driving her van in Arkansas. Forgive me for laughing. If you're new to my channel, I often laugh when things are so ridiculously stupid, barbaric, and inhumane. I sometimes will laugh. Don't hold it against me. I'm not laughing at the situation. He's going to flip over a pregnant woman. I guess I should be like this. She has her flashers on. She's going slow in the right lane. She's going real slow.
Yeah, they hit the inside wall. They roll over, get me EMS started. Got the number 3 lane shut down.
He flipped her car over. She was in the slow lane, has her hazards on. She was pulling over. She was in the middle of exiting off the freeway.
Can you get out? Come on out. Come out this way, right here. Come out this way. Can you come out? Yeah, hold on a minute. Can you get out your passenger door? Here, I'm going to move this. Watch your head. Why didn't you stop?
Because I didn't do what you were saying.
Well, this is where you ended up. Watch your head. Can you come out this way? I got plenty of room right here. Are you the only one in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Pregnant.
Well, ma'am, you've got to pull over when we stop. It doesn't matter, ma'am. Come on out. I've got an ambulance coming for you.
You need help?
Hey, Sheila.
That's so hard. You sound kind of crazy.
Come on, can you come out?
Come on in.
Okay. I got an ambulance coming.
I know. Can you try to, like, make the seat lean back?
I did. I pushed it back as far as it would go. Because it was loaded up. It's as far as it'll go back.
Oh my gosh.
And all you had to do, she got blood all over. Here, grab your blood right here.
Just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just, are you fucking kidding me, dude? You got a woman sitting there telling you that she's pregnant. Of course she's trying to come out of the car.
Oh my gosh. Thought it would be safer to wait until the exit.
No, ma'am. You should pull over when law enforcement stops you, okay? You were running 84 miles an hour and I'm trying to get you to stop. And then when I pulled up alongside of you, you saw the state trooper, you looked over at me.
Because I barely see.
Let's go over here.
I lost my shoe.
Okay, we'll take care of that. Go sit down over here, okay?
Let's be over.
Sit down right there. We call it a pit maneuver when people flee from us or don't stop from us. That's what happened, okay? Do you need to sit down since you're pregnant? All you had to do was pull over,
Can you
ma'am.
please call my husband?
Yeah, we'll take care of that here in a minute. You don't have your cell phone on you, do you? Do you mind calling? You could hit like star 67 and it'll block the call. What's his number?
501. Oh my gosh. 501.
And she's still coherent enough to know her phone number. Let me read this to you. In 2021, Arkansas State Trooper James Hendricks pit maneuvered Nicole Harper, a pregnant mother, while she had her hazards on and was actively trying to pull off of the freeway. He flipped her SUV at highway speeds. Her child went to the hospital. She feared losing her unborn baby. Arkansas police, of course, cleared the cop of any wrongdoing. They said that the officer was working within the department's policy. There it is right there.
$13 the road.
We've got minor streets on her, good
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I if you're new to my channel and you see me laughing about things sometimes, it's just because stop and take a look at this and listen to what he's saying. Why didn't you stop? Why do you care, dude? She's not getting away. She wasn't speeding away. It's just the same shit. And if you guys are new here, I come here every day or two. Every other day at least, I come by here. And I show you guys stuff that is just online. It's not even hard. I'm just a nightmare, dude. It's just an absolute nightmare with this shit. And it's never ending. And here's another one. This is another genius. Cop pulls over a female who he had SA'd when she was underage.
He tucked out of my house when I was 15 and he had sex with me. Hear me?
Whoa, did you hear this bombshell? Let me try it again. You're not ready for this video.
That was the police officer, is the one that you tucked out of my house when I was 15 and he had sex with me.
This one here?
No, the other one that was calling your mate, Terry Cook. Hear me? That was the police officer, is the one that you tucked out of my house when I was 15 and he had sex with me.
This one here?
No, the other one that was calling your mate, Terry Cook.
Really? Let's ask him.
He was 22, working at Radio Rentals.
Have you been advised about the number plate?
Is it PC Cook?
Have you been advised?
Is it PC Cook? Is that
have
you
you been advised?
I'm just asking you to identify yourself.
My collar number's on my shoulder.
Yeah, but are you PC Cook?
It doesn't matter what my name is.
Do you know this lady here?
Hello.
Hi.
From a long time ago, yes.
Do you remember me throwing you out of our house because she was underage and you were having sex with
No,
her?
I don't remember that.
Don't you?
No.
You should do.
No.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Where do you remember him from?
Oh, when I was 15.
15.
Have you been spoken
People
about
like you make me sick.
Have you or not?
You're
you
a
answer my
nonce.
question?
And it's funny because the writing has been on the wall for decades and decades. Put a 1 in the chat if we have known it for decades that anybody who's in power, not anybody, but a good portion of people in power and elitist billionaires who aren't accountable to anybody, we've been warned for decades and decades that these people are predators. And if you don't know, there's plenty of channels that are dedicated to just predator cops. And this is one of them right here.
Just ask you to identify yourself.
My collar number's on my shoulder.
Yeah, but are you PC Cook?
It doesn't matter what my name is.
Do you know this lady here?
Hello.
Hi.
From a long time ago, yes.
Do you remember me throwing you out of our house because she was underage and you were having sex with
No,
her?
I don't remember that.
Don't you?
No.
You should do.
No.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Where do you remember him from?
Oh, when I was 15.
15.
Have you been spoken
People
about
like you make me sick.
Have you or not?
You're
you
a
answer my
nonce.
question or not?
And now we have an epidemic of PDF files that it's so widespread, it's so common, it's so normal that there's so many of them. They cover for each other. They're in the highest levels of government. They kidnap kids, and I mean, we're seeing it. I don't want to get off on the Epstein files here, but every conspiracy we ever heard is true. I'm just waiting for someone to morph into a lizard, and then I'll know that we've gone completely into Star Trek zone. Because this guy right here is a PDF, and he should and he should never be in a position of power like he is right there. It's pathetic. He should not be in a position of power.
Thanks, man.
So this guy gets pulled over. See the headline up here? Cop pulls over expired plates that aren't expired. And it's not because he's black, okay? So don't start with that race bait and stuff around here, all right? It's not because he's black. He's getting pulled over for plates that are not expired, but that's not because he's black. They would have pulled over anybody with fake expired plates.
How long have you had this rented for?
Huh?
How long has it been rented for?
Oh no, my car break down, and one second.
And another question, you just turned that on, right? Like you didn't have that while you were driving?
No, I just turned it on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Why are you answering any questions? He was trying to get you with another question.
You have your driver's license as well? Sir?
Yeah, I have my driver license.
Thank you. How long has it been rented again?
Oh, the insurance rented for me.
No, how long have you had this
I don't
rental?
know. I don't know.
When, you don't know when you rented the car?
No.
Just because it seems like a while. If the validation tag expired in December.
Well, you call Enterprise. That's not my car. I don't know why you pulling me over, first of all.
I explained to you the validation.
No, but this is a rental car.
The onus is on the driver, though.
Hmm?
The onus is on the driver to have validated plates.
Well,
you're driving a car with no validated
that's
plates.
not my problem. That's
it is.
Enterprise.
You're the driver.
No, that's not my problem. You call Enterprise.
You're the driver.
Look at the receipt.
When I give you the ticket, it's going to go to the driver, not Enterprise.
So you give me a ticket for Enterprise.
You're not understanding. The onus is on the driver to make sure the vehicle he is driving is valid.
So when's the plate was expired?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking when you rented, because it expired in December, sir. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, it's not been a long time. It's been renting.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Can I go see? Can I go see? You tell me the plate is expired. Can I go see?
Come on. It's over here. Oh, that's my mistake.
No, that's your mistake.
That is my mistake.
Did you see because it's a black person?
No, stop it. No.
Yeah, come on. That's not
I didn't even see who was driving the car. Look at the plate, sir.
Huh?
I didn't even see who was driving the car.
No, because I've been getting pulled by police officers asking me where I'm come from, and I'm.
Did you guys just see it? Okay. He says, I pulled you over because your license plate is expired. He's like, it's a rental car. It couldn't be expired. And the cop's like, no, the onus is on the driver. It's your responsibility. So the cop is browbeating him and telling him it's his responsibility to make sure the registration is valid.
See, can I go see? You tell me the plate is expired. Can I go see?
Come on. It's over here.
Now remember, the cop had told him it was his responsibility to make sure that the plates are not expired. So then it's the cop's responsibility to pull over somebody for a valid traffic stop.
Oh, that's my mistake.
Well, that's your mistake.
That is my mistake.
Did you see because it's a black person?
No, stop it. No.
Yeah,
Never.
come on. That's
Never.
not
I didn't even see
proper.
who was driving the car. Look at the plate, sir.
Huh?
I didn't even see who was driving the car.
No,
Look
because
at the plate.
I've been getting pulled by police officer asking me where I'm come from, and I'm tired of this. You know.
No.
You know your job as a police officer.
Put a 1 in the chat if it's because he's black. Put a 1 in the chat if it's because he's black. I just want to know. So just put a 1 in the chat if it's because he's black. Because he got pulled over for a non-expired plate. The cop said it was expired. I'm just wondering, do you think it was because he's black? It's a fair question. And then the guy says, this is because I'm black, and I'll tell you why.
That's my mistake.
Well, that's your mistake.
That is my mistake.
Did you see because it's a black person?
No, stop it. No.
Yeah,
Never.
come on. That's
Never.
not
I didn't even see
proper.
who.
Now let's listen to what the man has to say. What do we have in our sayings? Believe women, right? We say believe women. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard the term believe women. We've heard that term, right? Okay, well, I'm going to choose right now to believe this man.
Who was driving the car? Look at the plate, sir.
Huh?
I didn't even see who was driving the car.
No,
Look
because
at the plate.
I've been getting pulled by police officer asking me where I'm come from.
I've been being pulled over by police officers and asking me where I'm coming from. That's the Socolow case, 1989. If they can say where you're coming from and where you're going to, they can call you a drug courier. So now he's saying that he's being pulled over by police and asking where he's coming from. They're profiling him. They pulled him over just now for expired license plates that are not expired. If it was you, I would put my foot down and make the same stand I'm making for him for you.
And I'm tired of this, you know?
No.
You know your job as a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why did you just come and say that the plate was expired? This is 2020. Look at
Yeah.
it. This is 2020.
I get that.
No, but I saw you over there. I
Yeah.
saw you over there.
Oh, I didn't see the driver.
Yeah, you saw me over
No,
there.
no, I
You
didn't
saw
see
me
the-
over
well,
there.
yeah, of course I
Yeah,
saw you.
yeah, yeah.
So I ran the plate.
Yeah, you saw me over there. Now you see me. I'm driving an expired plate.
Yeah, no, that's my mistake. Honestly, got here.
Yeah, you should look first. Give me my
No,
license, driver. I
did.
Yeah, you should look first before you just pull me over.
I did look.
I mean, look racist as fuck to me. I'm just saying it looked racist to me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is it. How about I say it to you like this, and then you can tell me, all right? You know, you can't be black to be participate in this. But if you were black, and you're not, if you were black, would you feel like this cop was profiling you because of your race? That's a fair question to ask. Would you feel like you're being profiled because of your race? It's a perfectly fair question to ask.
Yeah, 1 second.
Thanks, man. How long have you had this rented for?
Huh?
So now he's asking him questions. What do you do when you get pulled over? You invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
How long has it been rented for?
Oh no, my car break down, and
That's the Hawthorne effect. When the cop waves at the camera, he's acknowledging that he knows he's on camera. It's called the Hawthorne effect.
1 second.
And another question, you just turned that on, right? Like, you didn't have that while you were driving?
No, I just
Okay.
turned it on. Yeah.
Thank you.
And now he answered another question. Did you just turn that on when you were driving, talking about his phone with his camera so he could look for another ticket? That's why you always invoke your Fifth Amendment right from the trifold you got on delete Lawz.
You have your driver's license as well, sir?
Yeah, I have my driver license.
Your license, registration, proof of insurance should be ready to go the moment the cop pulls you over, so you can have everything in the left hand, your phone in your right hand, making a touchdown position so you don't get shot.
How long has it been rented again?
He's already asked the question. You should have said, here's my license, registration, proof of insurance. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Let the cop figure out what he's doing.
Oh, the insurance rented for me.
No, how long have you had this
I don't
rental?
know. I don't know.
When, you don't know when you rented the car?
No.
Because
So-
it seems like a while. If the validation tag expired in December,
Well, you call Enterprise. That's not my car. I don't know why you're pulling me over, first of all.
I explained to you the validation.
No, but
tag
this is a
expired.
rental car.
The onus is on the driver, though.
So he pulls him over and says, hey, I pulled you over because your driver's license is expired. Then he says, well, this is a rental. And the cop says, no, the onus is on you. Well, isn't the onus also then on the cop?
The onus is on the driver to have validated plates.
Well,
Oh, you see that? He's ready to come down. He's ready to come down on him and say, no, whether this is a rental car or not, it is your responsibility to have the license plate up to validation.
You're driving a car with no validated
That's
plates.
not my problem. That's
It is. You're the
enterprise.
driver.
No, that's not.
So now he says, he doubles down and says, hey, it's your responsibility to have this car up to date with the registration. You can't blame it on the rental car company. He's doubling down on this man right here, right now.
No problem. You call enterprise.
You're the driver.
Look at the receipt.
When I give you the ticket, it's going to go.
The third time he says it, he's exasperated. You're the driver. You heard him say it. You heard him say he was exasperated with his breath. You're the driver. You can hear it.
Have validated plates.
Well,
You're driving a car with no validated
That's
plates.
not my problem. That's
It is.
enterprise.
You're the driver.
No, that's not my problem. You call enterprise.
You're the driver.
Look at
The third time, you're the driver, dude. You're supposed to have your plate up to legal registered date. Doesn't matter if it's a rent-a-car or not. Black man, get your shit together. Blackie?
Look at the receipt.
When I give you the ticket, it's going to go to the driver, not enterprise.
So you give me.
That's right. The black man who didn't live up to his responsibilities for him to have the car up to registration date. It's the black man's fault.
A ticket for enterprise.
You're not understanding. The onus is on the driver to make sure the vehicle he is driving is valid.
So when the
That's right, black guy. It's your responsibility.
when's the plate was expired?
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking when you rented, because it expired in December, sir.
Wow.
Oh, now he's sir? It expired in December, sir? Really? Because the plate's not expired, bro. So the onus is on you, copper.
Well, it's not been a long time. It's been renting.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Can I go see? Can I go see you? Tell me.
So now this guy, he English is not his first language, right? But now it's like he just said, I haven't had this car rented a long time. He's speaking in broken English when he says it.
It's not been a long time. It's been renting.
It's not been a long time. It's been rented.
Well,
so
that's what I'm getting at.
Can I go see? I'm
gonna venture off and say that his English is better than your second language, right? Can we be honest? Okay. So now the bells are ringing that, you know what? This couldn't be. I just rented this car. It could not be it couldn't be expired.
Go see you. Tell me the plate is expired. Can I go see?
Come on.
Yeah, sure. Come on out. Come on out.
Oh, that's my mistake.
No, that's your mistake.
That is my.
Oh, no. The onus is on you, officer. The onus is on you. It's your responsibility to check the plate. It's your responsibility, officer. No, you're the cop. You pulled me over. You're supposed to be sure about the reason you pulled me over.
Did you see because it's a black
Some
person?
racist shit.
Yeah, come on. That's not
I didn't even see
proper.
who was driving the car. Look at the plate, sir.
Oh, really? Put a 1 in the chat if the cop knew exactly who was driving the car. Put a 1 in the chat if the cop knew exactly who was driving the car, that it was a black guy. Don't fucking lie, copper. Don't sit here and piss on me and tell me it's tropical rain.
Driving the car.
No, because I've been getting pulled by a police officer asking me where I'm come from. And I'm tired of this, you know?
No.
You know your job as a police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why did you just come and say that the plate was expired? This is 2020. Look at it. It's 2020.
I get that.
No, but I saw you over there. I saw you over there.
Oh, I didn't see the driver.
Yeah, you saw me over
No,
there.
no, I
You
didn't
saw
see
me
the-
over
Well,
there.
yeah, of course I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So I ran the plate.
Yeah, you saw me over there. Now you see me. I'm driving an expired plate.
Yeah, no, that's my mistake. I was like, here.
Yeah, you should look first. Give me my
No,
license, driver.
I did.
Yeah, you should look first before you just pull me.
I did look.
Oh, no, but the onus... Wait a second, though. The onus was on the cop. The onus is on you. The onus is on you, officer. The onus is not on me. The onus is on you, okay?
You can still get a ticket for driving with a device in your right hand, even if you don't have a right hand.
All right, man. So you're going to receive a citation for wireless communication device, handheld while...
I'm so sorry. Can we watch that one more time just real quick?
Turns out you can still get a ticket for driving with a device in your right hand, even if you don't have a right hand.
All right, man. So you're going to receive a citation.
Oh, my God. Is that funny?
for wireless communication device, handheld while driving. We got to put the phone down as we operate a motor vehicle.
Oh, and you put on there that you saw me with my right hand holding it, yeah?
I did not put that. No, if you want to take it to
But
court,
that's what you said when you pulled me over, yes?
That's what I
That
said,
you
yes.
saw me holding my device with my right
I'm not
hand.
disagreeing with you. Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yes, if you want to take it to court.
And that's what you saw?
That's what I said.
That's what you said you saw?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you
Okay.
want to take it to court, option 5 on the back of the ticket, that's how you take that ticket to court. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
Have a good day.
There she is. You know, I have not seen this version. King Braveheart with 5 gifted memberships. Good to see you, King Braveheart. Thanks for coming by. You guys hit the subscribe button, please. Hit and double tap on this on your phone. That hits the like button or the thumbs up button, if you would, please. King Braveheart with 5 gifted memberships. Right on, King Braveheart. Thanks. I appreciate you coming by. She doesn't have a right hand. I covered this already the other day when I was driving down the road. I thought, man, that is some funny shit right there. So now I want to read this top to you because I really want you to get it. I was on a run today and ran past a Latina neighbor that has been pulled over by a cop. So this person is simply on a run. They're jogging down the street and they see a Latina neighbor who has been pulled over by a copper. And then we get right into the video.
Why did you call for backup for a mom and kids?
He didn't. We're going to coffee after the stop.
You don't think it's traumatizing for those kids to have all 3 of you guys roll up right now?
We didn't go up there.
I'm not talking to you. You can finish so you can let that mom go. No. The intimidation is disgusting. You know what you're doing? He doesn't need backup. It's a mom and her 2 babies. This is disgusting. You guys should be ashamed.
Put a 1 in the chat if being pulled over by a cop is intimidating. Put a 2 in the chat if more than 1 cop pulling you over is twice as intimidating. Put a 3 in the chat if more cops are more intimidating. I just want to see what you guys think.
Ashamed of yourselves. You're fucking disgusting.
Sorry you feel that.
You should be ashamed. What's your name and badge number?
Walsh 513.
What's your name and badge number?
Sports 474.
You guys are disgusting.
Have a good day, miss.
Did you call for backup for the mom and 2 kids?
Thank you. Have a good day.
They're just, what's your name and badge number?
Medeiros 434.
See, now there's people in the chat right now who are not going to understand why this woman has such disdain for cops. If you don't understand why she has such disdain for cops, put a 5 in the chat. If you understand, put a 1. I want to show you something here. I'm going to do a social experiment. If you don't understand why this woman has such disdain and distrust for cops, put a 5 in the chat. All right. If you do, put a 1. Put a 1. And I'm going to show you a little more of this.
It's just a ridiculous. This is disgusting. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. You're fucking disgusting.
Sorry you feel that.
You should be ashamed. What's your name and badge number?
Walsh 513.
What's your name and badge number?
Sports 474.
There's a lot of people.
You guys are disgusting.
There's 3,000 people in the chat.
Did you call for backup for the mom and 2 kids?
Thank you. Have a good day.
They're just, what's your name and badge number?
Medeiros 434.
It's just a ridiculous show of force so that these kids feel a little bit more scared of you guys.
I'm going to answer your
Is it
question.
funny?
1 second.
Super funny, huh?
Let me explain it to you so you guys understand. So if you have not been abused by police, if you have not had your mother or your father or your brother or your lover or your sister or whoever, if it hasn't happened to you, then you don't understand why the good majority of people in this chat have such disdain and distrust and dislike and even hatred for police. It only has to happen to you once. And ironically, and I'm sorry, but it's true, when I show a video of someone getting abused by police and they're screaming, "You don't understand, I back the blue, I support police," that's probably my favorite video to show. Because the people who put a 5 in the chat, no disrespect to you, but you'll back the blue until it happens to you or to your mother or your brother or your cousin. And the woman in this video, it's pretty obvious just by listening to her talk that she's had to deal with police before. Listen to the way she speaks.
Why did you call for backup for a mom and kids?
He didn't. We're going to coffee after the stop.
You don't think it's traumatizing for those kids?
So she says right away, Why'd you call for backup for a mom and kids? You don't think it's traumatizing to have a bunch of cops around you? So what she's talking about is her own experience. She's talking about her own experience that she's had with cops.
Kids to have all three of you guys roll up right now?
We didn't go up there.
I'm not talking to you. You can finish so you can let that mom go. No. The intimidation is disgusting. You know what you're doing? He doesn't need backup. It's a mom and her 2 babies. This is disgusting. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
So she's overwhelmingly disgusted because the cops showed up, a bunch of them, and surrounded this car with a mother and her kids in the car, and she hates it. I learned in my federal trial that I had 2 weeks ago that use of force exists by a cop standing there with a gun and a nightstick and a taser on. That's a use of force. Right there, just standing there. Now imagine that multiplied by 4 or 5 bike cops that showed up to this stop.
You're fucking disgusting.
Sorry, you feel that.
You should be ashamed. What's your name and badge number?
Lawz, 513.
What's your name and badge number?
Sports 474.
You guys are disgusting.
Have a good day, miss.
Did you call for backup for the mom and 2 kids?
Thank you. Have a good day.
They're just, what's your name and badge number?
Madeiras 434.
It's just a ridiculous show of force so that these kids feel a little bit more scared of you guys. Is it?
I mean, so if you're one of those people that put a 5 in the chat a few minutes ago and I asked you if you don't understand why she's so angry with the police, it's because you'll back the blue until it happens to you, until you get put in cuffs, until your family gets surrounded, until you feel helpless and the cops are mocking you. That's why she's acting the way she is.
Funny? Super funny, huh? Unnecessary show of force. You guys are pros.
And she lets them have it. We're not on a loop. This is 100% live, y'all. This is 100% live. We are not on a loop at all whatsoever. It's not how I roll. We roll live, baby. We roll live. If you guys don't know, hundreds of thousands of people come by my live stream when I turn on this camera. And I've been a civil rights activist now for just over 5 years, coming up on 6 years now. Let me read this to you. McKinley County sheriffs tried starting their new year by pulling over a citizen because he exercised his free speech rights. After hearing about his unlawful behavior by the cops, the man's colleagues and supporters immediately traveled to New Mexico to redress their grievances with the sheriff's office.
Did you use this yet?
I have not in here. I'm sure that there's something against using it in the building. I don't know yet. Can we use a megaphone in the building?
Sorry.
Can I help you?
Oh, I was just asking if we can use a megaphone in the building.
No, you cannot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, now I know.
Not right now.
All right, buddy. How's your name? What's your name?
Lieutenant Martinez.
All right, I'm Chris. How's it going?
Good, yourself?
Good.
Let's have a little talk, man. Why don't we go outside and have a little
We're
talk?
kind of busy right now. We had an incident on the interstate.
Yeah, what was going on? We saw that backed up for 1,000 miles.
My stream crashed. We're busy right now.
Oh, okay.
You guys can keep it down for us?
Keep it down?
Yes.
Keep it down where?
Here?
You asking me to go down on you?
No. Keep it down.
That was disgusting.
Good.
You get back. You get back in there. That was disgusting. That was absolutely filthy. Shut that door and get back there now.
Go back to work.
You understand me?
Now.
What's your name?
Go back to work.
What's your name? Get back. Go to work.
Oh, it's funny to you?
Did you just say you were busy?
It's funny to you now?
You don't look very busy. You know what I think is funny? Is that you arrested someone for calling you a pussy cop. What kind of pussy cop would do that?
Who are you referring to?
It doesn't matter. What kind of pussy cop
Who
would
are
do
you
that?
referring to?
Is this legal?
Who are you referring to?
Is this legal? What about motherfucker? Is that legal?
I don't know. Is it?
Oh, you better figure it out real quick, motherfucker. Now go back to work.
It's right in your trifold. You invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If you lose your composure and start cursing out the cop, just flip to the back page right here where it cites Cohen versus California and Houston versus Hill. God-given right to speak. You always want to have the case law on you for cops.
When I tell you to do something, you shut your mouth.
All I
when you
ask
do
is
it. You shut your mouth when you're
Okay.
talking to me.
All right?
You shut your mouth when you're
All right.
talking to me.
Okay?
You understand me, son?
You're getting owned right now, bro. Your best bet's to turn around and walk away.
You shut your mouth, okay? You shut your mouth.
The internet is forever.
Okay. Shut your mouth. Okay. When you're talking to me. Okay. All right.
Good job obeying orders. Leave.
Shut it all the way.
Oh man, the cops had overstepped their boundaries on that. They had gone too far. They had gone too far. So this one right here, everything. They're gonna say the title of this one is "Woman Spits at Deputies," but the truth is that she spits on her own face, and the spit doesn't travel. I watched this video before I showed it to you. It's a very short video.
And then she can go to court. She don't go to court. We'll put a warrant out. We'll come with you. We'll go pick her up. Okay?
Do you hear this shit? What have I done? This is not my truck. I've never seen this.
But that's why you got to go to court, because you damaged someone else's property, ma'am.
It's
and
not my
he's
property.
trying to talk to you.
Don't call me ma'am. Hey, did you hear that?
Okay, then so. I don't. What do you want me to call you?
Bitch.
Okay,
That's what I'm gonna.
Bitch. You damaged someone else's property.
Truck.
You damaged someone else's property.
I've never seen that truck before until yesterday, and your glasses are stupid.
Yeah. Ah, see?
Okay.
Now you got.
Okay, so did we see it? Can you guys mind if I zoom in a little bit? Because let me show you something. This spit doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't fly anywhere. It literally just ends up right on her face. So watch carefully.
You damaged someone else's property. You damaged someone else's property.
I've never seen that truck before until yesterday, and your glasses are stupid.
Yeah. Ah, see?
Okay.
Now you got spit on your chin.
So did we see it? Did everybody see it? And the guy even says, aha, now you got spit on your chin. No, it's the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law. So you're wrong. The intention does matter, but there's no core criminal conduct here. There has to be a mens rea here. She has to try to create a criminal act here. She's unsuccessful. She spits on herself.
Bitch.
Okay,
that's what I'm gonna.
Bitch. You damaged someone else's property. You damaged someone else's property.
I've never seen that truck before until yesterday, and your glasses are stupid.
Yeah. Ah, see? Now you got spit on your chin.
You got spit on your chin.
Assault.
Yeah, that is.
No, it didn't touch him. It didn't touch him.
Come here.
Hey! What the hell?
Stop. No. Stop.
Knock it off.
Stop.
Knock it off.
Stop.
Let
Drop the phone.
me
Drop
go.
the phone. No. Drop the phone. You're gonna damage your own phone.
That's okay. That's where we want you to go.
They escalated this all the way. They escalated this so they could arrest her.
Let me go. I haven't done anything to you.
You wanted to try to spit at me. Got on your own chin, man.
I didn't even touch
She didn't spit on him.
you with my spit,
You don't have to.
asshole.
The act of it alone is an assault.
It isn't.
No, it is not. That is ridiculous.
It is.
It isn't.
Which one?
Let go of me. Let
who's
go.
taking me to my legs?
Let go of me.
Nope.
Let go.
Huh?
I need my dog. Let go. Let go.
Do not grab.
Put in the comments for me, torture cuffs are always torture. Put it in the comment section for me, torture cuffs are always torture.
Go to me. I will break your damn hand.
Let go of me.
And now she should have her, I will break your damn hand, is what he said to her.
All right, who's got to hold this one? Police?
Let go of me.
She's not double locked.
I got you for that.
Well, let's go aside.
Let the
Don't
go
hit me. You're gonna get an extra
I'm going
charge.
to tell you right now, you hit him, and I'm going to you up. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? It's a simple yes or no. You kick one of these assholes, and I'm going to you up.
You're gonna hurt a little girl.
Hell yeah, I am.
Why?
Sit up on your butt.
You, I haven't done nothing.
On your
to you.
feet.
Because his manhood is so little.
You now going to get a battery on a piece off for kicking him. You understand me?
I think he talks a little bit like Elmer Fudd, a little bit.
I haven't done anything to you people.
You spit at me, and you just kicked him.
This is my house.
You want to keep it up?
This is my house.
Do you want to keep it up?
This is my house.
You're going to jail now.
This is my house.
She's going to jail for no reason. She didn't spit on anybody. She spit on her own face.
Watch out. Got that on.
Why do you feel good about this? Are you going to feel good today? You feel good?
Did you guys hit the subscribe button? Make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. Everybody take a second. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Just real fast. Double tap on the screen. Hit the like button. Thank you.
By yourself? I'm a little girl.
You want to walk?
You're hurting my arms.
Then walk. We'll drag you, ma'am. Arrest.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will drag her.
Arrest me for what? My house? Watching my own house? My brother? Don't touch me.
I need to get your property. You take my... I'm going to you up.
Oh my God. I can't wait for my attorney to...
I can't wait for your attorney either.
Remember, and I just want to remind everybody here, this woman has not hurt another person. She has not battered another person. She has not stolen anything from anybody else. She was at her own home the cops came to.
I'm a little girl, I'm 100 pounds, but she's a poor girl.
You may not like her. We have a Bill of Rights so that people who you don't like still have rights. Do you understand that? You understand that? I have been on the side of not being liked by people. And I'm okay with it. You don't have to like me. But you do need to respect my constitutional rights. She was at her own home.
Old ass lady.
An asshole.
Grown ass goddamn adult. Acting like a 2-year-old.
Oh, is that right?
Got anything else?
Oh, I got breaking news.
Stop!
Stop me!
That is the third. Stop! Now you got 3 count.
Oh, wow. I got someone just sent me some breaking news here. Now, they're going to charge her again with multiple felonies now. They're going to charge her with multiple crimes. Amazing. Just amazing. So this is Thomas Massey on the floor. He's going to say
Mr. Massey for 5 minutes.
So Thomas Massey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
If you guys are not following the Epstein files, thanks for coming by. There's a billionaire boys club that's eating children, sacrificing them in demonic satanic rituals, eating babies, raping children, birthing and breeding kids. And it's an international pedophile ring. If you're not paying attention, they're eating people and calling people jerky. And so
Congress created the Department of Justice. Congress funds the Department of Justice. And Congress is responsible for the oversight of the Department of Justice. When will we see justice? I'll tell you what I've not seen. I've not seen any arrests from the revelations in the Epstein files, over 3 million documents describing horrible things, describing unspeakable things, so much of it redacted.
Yeah, if anybody says Republican or Democrat, then I know that you don't get it. Anybody who goes, it's the Republicans, or anybody who says it's the Democrats, you don't get it. It's us versus them. It's commoners versus elitists. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. Put a 3 in the chat if you get it. Put a 3 in the chat if you get it.
24 people have resigned, CEOs, members of government worldwide. But I haven't seen any arrests or investigations here in the United States from this Department of Justice. Prince Andrew, Duke of York, who has since been stripped of his royalty, his royal titles, due to his affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein, has been arrested. Peter Mandelson, who previously served as UK's ambassador to the United States, resigned in disgrace from United Kingdom's House of Lords and the Labour Party, and he's been arrested. Former Prime Minister of Norway, Torbjørn Jagland, has been charged. But we don't see any charges, arrests, or investigations in the United States. What do we see? We see our FBI director celebrating in the locker room at the Olympics overseas. It's fine to be proud of this country, but we...
Put a 1 in the chat if that made you want to puke. Put a 2 in the chat if you loved watching the FBI director on our dime go to the Olympics and celebrate with kids.
We should be proud of this country because we have a system of justice that works, and yet we do not. Who are the men that should be investigated? I'll name them right here. Leon Black. You don't even have to see past the redactions.
He bit a 7-year-old's he bit a 7-year-old and drew blood. Leon Black, in the Epstein files, Leon Black bit a little girl's private and made her bleed. She was 7. Was she 8 or was she 6? It was 6, 7, or 8. Forgive me. I'm not sure which age he was raping a child.
To see that this man needs to be investigated.
Yes.
Jess Staley, accused of terrible things. It's right there in the files.
Yes.
Why is he not being investigated?
Yes.
And Leslie Wexner.
Yes.
Why did the FBI list him as a co-conspirator in their own documents in a child sex trafficking case?
Yes.
And then tell him, according to him, that they had no questions for him.
That's right.
Why is that?
Yes.
Well, the Epstein Files Transparency Act requires the DOJ and the FBI to disclose to us their internal memos and emails about how they made those decisions, whether to prosecute or not prosecute. Yet they have not delivered those memos. And we still don't have the memos and documents and emails from 2008 to explain why Jeffrey Epstein was given such a light sentence in what would have been an open and shut case of child sex trafficking, which allowed him to go back and recommit these terrible crimes, create hundreds of more victims, and ensnare so many other people in his conspiracy. Where are those documents that describe those decisions? We need justice. We want the Department of Justice to get to work, and that's what they need to do now. Madam Speaker, I rise today to let the American people know that this government is under siege. All 3 branches of this government is under siege by lobbyists and lawyers from a German company named Bayer. They spent over $9 million lobbying the executive branch and the legislative branch so that they don't have to be liable for any damages that their herbicide causes, otherwise known as Roundup.
Exactly.
And they're having some success. Now, they haven't had any success yet in this chamber to get that immunity. They've had some success in the state legislatures, which are also under siege, to get this immunity from liability. Look,
Yes.
the Constitution guarantees people a trial if they've been harmed. Why are we contemplating going against the Constitution? The Attorney General has opined favorably for this German company in front of the Supreme Court about getting rid of any liability that they should have for any damages.
Exactly.
And the most recent thing that we've seen, the executive branch. By the way, the president's chief of staff and the president's attorney general work for one of the biggest lobbying firms that's received hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from Bayer. And maybe that's why we've seen an executive order that says that the production of this chemical from this German company is a national defense priority. And we know why they're doing that. It's to keep them from having any liability. Everybody in this country deserves their day in court. This is wrong. We shouldn't succumb to the lobbyists, not in the executive branch, not in the judicial branch, and certainly not here in Congress, and not in the state legislatures. But there's a lot of money at play. And I implore my colleagues to resist it and do not give them immunity. And I yield back.
I mean, exactly that. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. You don't care if it's an independent. You don't care who it is. You want these people prosecuted. That's where I'm at. I want every single one of them who is involved in the Epstein files. I want them prosecuted. I want every one of them rounded up, taken to court, and tried and hung for raping kids.
Let's dive deeper into this corrupt and twisted Ellen DeGeneres story, where we have already established that she may have had something to do with her girlfriend and Hesh's death, and even crazier than that, what she...
Well, I don't know how far down that road I want to go just yet. But I'm pretty shocked with some of the things that we're seeing. It's pretty outrageous. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you guys. See, we hate being pulled over, right? But if you're a copper and you pull over another copper, then it's perfectly, you get to have a dust up about it. So this is a cop who pulls over. So this is a cop who pulls over another cop. And look at the ego. And it's only a 25-second video, so we're not going to be here for a long time. But check this shit out.
Go pull the video at Valero. You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Yeah, I'll arrest you right now.
Do it, buddy.
And we're going to
do it.
Charges
Do
your ignorant.
Do it, Ode.
Go for it.
Do it. There's cameras at Valero, and there's cameras at Napa that see you pulled out.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy. You a boy.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, there it is. And don't you love it? I mean, of course, when they're talking like this, then you really, really love it. The way they talking like this, I tell you what, boy, you got to go back to that Valero right there.
Go pull the video at Valero. You get on my traffic stop again, I will arrest you.
Yeah, I'll arrest you right now.
Do it, buddy.
And we're going to
do it.
Charges your ignorant.
Do it, Ode.
Go for it.
Do it. There's cameras at Valero, and there's cameras at Napa that see you pulled out.
Shut your mouth.
You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your boy.
Talk to you, boy. You a boy.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
There it is right there. You think we hate getting pulled over? Oh, man, if a cop gets pulled over, they are so mad. They can't take that they're getting pulled over. Oh, no.
It's a federal immigration operations across Lawrence tonight. One woman says she recorded an encounter with federal agents. KMBC 9's Jackson Kurtz.
Put a 1 in the chat if you always record police. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that you're always to record police at all times. You always record police. Always. State, federal, municipal, borough, district, city, county, sheriffs, you always record police.
Live near Iowa 25th Streets with what she saw. Jackson.
Yeah, Bria, this was a very busy day in Lawrence for ICE operations. If you look on this tracker, this tracks ICE's sightings throughout the country, you can see Lawrence there, 15, 12, zoom in a little more, a couple in Kansas City, but many more there in Lawrence. Very active today. That woman that we spoke with said that her hand is still numb after her incident with an agent.
Get back! Get back! Get back! Now, get all the way back.
Alicia Kenyuan was driving down Iowa Street in Lawrence Tuesday morning when she spotted an ICE operation in the Burger King parking lot.
And I was just going to drive by and report it to the local organizations that were asking for information like that, like if we spot ICE.
She says she was not near the operation when she started filming.
Do we have a backlash on that? Do people understand that you're supposed to film government officials? I just want to make sure. Let me see what the comments are saying here. You always film government officials. Always. You always film government officials. Do we guys understand that? You guys put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. Put a 5 in the chat if you don't. If you see a cop, if you see a government official, if you see they have a badge on, if you see they have a gun, if you see that they think that they have some authority, you film that person. Do you understand that? I mean, I just want to be clear about this. You film that person. And even people who are like, God bless ICE and we love cops, you still film them. You'll back the blue until it happens to you, but that's what you do.
On her phone.
All of a sudden, I'm walking over here, and he pulls right in front of me.
Get all the way back.
How far back?
That far. That's
okay.
Perfect. Don't get back.
I gotta get back to my car. I gotta get back to my car. I gotta get back to my car.
Get back now. Get back. I'm not gonna tell you again.
Like, this is a grown man literally jumping all his weight on me. I'm already away from you people. I'm trying to stay away from you people. I've seen videos of you guys murdering people. I mean, these are just thoughts in my head. I'm trying to stay safe. I got a child to go home to.
Alicia says part of her arm and hand are still hurting after the incident.
Even right now while I'm standing here with you guys,
of course,
my hand is still numb.
She thinks Lawrence is an easy target for immigration officers.
I think we're a target because this is a sanctuary city. It's something that Lawrence stands on as a community, that this is a safe place for people that maybe they're escaping asylum, some kind of safety, or just to work.
Now, local law enforcement has responded to the report.
Lawrence, Kansas Police Department leaders are aware of the social media reports about immigration agents being in our city. We've seen the videos and pictures. LKPD has not been contacted by the Department of Homeland Security, and LKPD has not provided any assistance to ICE.
reports of ICE activity. In a statement, Lawrence police say they were not contacted by the Department of Homeland Security and not provided assistance. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office also released a statement saying they were not contacted. The sheriff taking it further, saying, quote, "It is frustrating when the demand cooperation from local law enforcement on several fronts, but offer less than zero in return. They swoop in, cause chaos, alter lives, and sneak out without so much as a word." And we reached out to ICE to ask about the agent involved in the video and if anybody was detained or arrested in operations in Lawrence today. We're still waiting to hear back. And as for Alicia, she plans to reach out to ICE after talking with police, and she plans to go to the doctor to see her hand. Live in Lawrence tonight, Jackson Kurtz, KMBC 9 News.
Jackson, thank you.
Never stops, every day, constantly, every way.
On Christmas Day in 2012 at 6 in the morning, Jeffrey Epstein, who's just gotten out of a county jail where he had been serving a 13-month sentence, gets an email out of the blue from one of the richest men in the world. It reads, "I've been working to the edge of sanity this year, and so once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. A peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for." 2 months later, he emails Epstein again, asking which night on the island would have the wildest party. In return, Epstein offers to send a helicopter to bring him. That man was Elon Musk, and many years later, now the richest man on Earth, he would tell the world, publicly, disgustedly, in his own words, "Epstein tried to get me to go on his island, and I refused." He wrote, "I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island or fly on his Lolita Express. But Elon Musk was lying, and he was not alone. For years, the friends of Jeffrey Epstein have been in a battle to prove their innocence. Who had known him only as a rich financier, and who knew his darkest secrets?
I never went to the island. I never met any women.
I mean, put a 1 in the chat if Bill Gates makes you sick. To me, Bill Gates is the most disgusting. Like trying to slip his wife antibiotics. You know, he's just disgusting.
Although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Who had cut him off after he went to prison the first time, and who came right back to support him after he was released? Who knew exactly what he was and stayed in his inner circle anyway?
Did have lunch with him as I was on a boat going across on a family vacation. I have nothing to hide.
And so now
I think Lutnick's a piece of shit too.
With 3.5 million documents from Epstein's personal computer accounts being released to the public, we finally have an answer to all of these questions. And the answer is, almost everyone stayed around him. This video is brought to you by Nebula, the only place where you can cash money. Former White House legal counsel was flying on his plane, that a former Prime Minister of Israel appears in the files over 4,000 times. But even more important than who stayed is why. This isn't the same as people taking a picture with Epstein 2 times at a New York City party in the early 90s.
Yeah, him and Bill Clinton was one of the most disgusting pigs involved with Epstein.
This is different. We now know exactly who Epstein was close with, who he strategized and planned with, who he shared code words with, and at the same time, the files also revealed that many of Epstein's crimes were far worse than originally thought. These aren't pieced together from short quotes and photos. These aren't theories. These are their own words in their own emails, exposed by the United States Department of Justice. And what it tells us about the world we live in is something that most of us already knew but couldn't quite prove. That there's a level of wealth and power in the world where the rules simply do not apply. Where you can plead guilty to sex crimes involving a child and then walk out of a private wing of a county jail a year later into a life that didn't change at all. We now know, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that the people who shape our laws, run our companies, sit on the boards of our most powerful institutions, invest in the things we eat and the platforms we use to talk to each other, those people are allowed to look at a man like Jeffrey Epstein, know exactly what he is, and decide that he's not a problem at all. The Epstein files aren't just a record of one man's crimes. They're a mirror held up to the people who control our world. And what it's reflecting is that the system isn't broken. It was built this way, and no one's emails prove it better than the people who fought the hardest to keep them buried in the first place. But don't take my word for it. Instead, let's look at theirs. Bill Gates, from 1995 to 2017.
I mean, to me, Bill Gates, we should chase this guy down with a pitchfork. He planned the pandemic. Everything he did is the worst.
The wealthiest person in the world. Before that, he was also the world's youngest billionaire during the 80s and 90s.
We're expecting to do just over 100 million this year.
And still, today, He's one of the top 10 richest men alive. And it's been known for a long time that Bill Gates and Epstein knew each other well enough for Gates to have flown on Epstein's plane and even have visited his island. Two things that have become this insane albatross around his neck ever since Epstein's death. When you read through these documents Epstein had prepared for Gates though, I'll admit it looks like a pretty blatant attempt at blackmail. It's really easy to tell how Epstein knew exactly the reaction he was trying to elicit with every word he wrote, and for that reason, it feels pretty fake. To add insult to the injury, you then implore me to please delete the emails regarding your STD, you request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda and the description of your penis. You also made it clear to me that I am not to refer to redacted, as that is another topic that must remain between the two of us, and in return for all these requests, which I would have done without a second thought, I should continue to provide you the same level of service and dedication that I have done so diligently until you are ready to discard me and our friendship. Bill Gates, of course, absolutely denies everything to do with him and Epstein. He has for years, and he still does today. And hey, to be fair to Bill Gates, nothing else in the docs technically corroborates the outlandish claims that Epstein makes in his email. The only problem is that denials only go so far when your own family refuses to stand in your corner. While Bill Gates and his team were outright dismissing the documents as the desperate ramblings of a man who clearly was trying to hold him hostage.
I never went to the island, I never met any women, and so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Melinda Gates.
Yes, it did. Melinda Gates divorced Bill Gates because his stories didn't match up.
Gates had her own story to tell. In a brand new interview on NPR's Wildcard show, Bill Gates, now ex-wife of 27 years, described the latest Epstein document release as filling her with unbelievable sadness and reminding—
Well, not just that, but I watched the interview. It was the biggest powder puff bullshit interview you could ever see. They didn't ask her, is it true or not? They just asked her how she felt.
Her of struggles she faced during her marriage. She would say, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at these young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to them? At least for me, I've been able to move on in life, and I hope there's some justice for those now women.
I don't think it would. Yeah, they got graped. You didn't, Melinda. Their sadness, you were a part of it as you kept secrets.
Take a chess grandmaster to figure out what she means by that. But Bill Gates is only one person in an ever-growing, seemingly endless list of people who stayed in Epstein's life, shamelessly supporting him for years while they knew he was a pedophile the entire time. But Bill Gates wasn't alone. In fact, when it comes to the full picture of Jeffrey Epstein's social life, this is only the tip of the iceberg. And perhaps nobody illustrates that better than the man who spent 2025 loudly demanding the Epstein files be released, only for their release to reveal his own lies. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
Well, Elon Musk also recently said that he would pay for the defense of any woman who was sued by a billionaire if they wanted to come forward and tell their story.
And leader of companies creating brain-computer interfaces, electric cars, rocket ships, and more. He's also a longtime friend of Jeffrey Epstein. On September 25th, 2012, Epstein writes to Elon Musk, if you find some time, come visit me on my island in the Caribbean. Bring your friend or friends. Musk replies, sounds good. We'll try to make it. For years following his arrest and death, Elon Musk tried desperately to distance himself from Jeffrey Epstein. In September of 2025, as the case began to rear its head again, he wrote, Epstein tried to get me to go on his island and I refused. But as it would—
Which was an outright lie.
Turn out, the truth would be nearly the exact opposite of what he had insisted for so long. 2 months after their first interaction, he emails Jeffrey Epstein to ask which day would have the wildest party on his island. He talks about wanting to let loose and have fun, and asks if Epstein has any parties planned because he needs the opposite of a peaceful island experience. In return, Epstein offers to send a helicopter to bring him. Another email from the fall of 2013.
I mean, imagine that life that you're so rich that a friend says they want to come visit and you say, I'll send you the helicopter.
Shows Epstein inviting Musk to visit him at his house in New York
and meet
many interesting people around the time of the UN General Assembly, to which Elon Musk responds with a rant about how busy he is, before Epstein asks, do you think I'm retarded? Just kidding. There's no one over 25 and they're all very cute. Then, a year later, around Christmas time again,
there's no one over 25.
Elon Musk asks if it's a good time to visit the island. Even later on, they would email to coordinate times for Epstein to come have lunch and tour the SpaceX facilities with Musk, and even after that, they would talk more about Epstein's idea to expand Tesla distribution to Israel. Elon Musk's public reaction to these emails has been one of complete deflection and denial. However, his public statements do contradict what's in the messages. Elon Musk never refused to visit. In fact, he begged for invitations. He coordinated meetings. He invited himself, all while Epstein was a registered file sex offender who just got out of prison 3 years earlier. And here's what should really terrify you. While Elon Musk and Bill Gates may have drawn the most attention, perhaps because their hypocrisy is so shocking, perhaps because of their stature as two of the richest men alive, they are ultimately just a few names.
No, because of the trust. Remember, Bill Gates is involved in vaccines across the world. He's involved in the coronavirus vaccine here. It goes down to basic trust. If we can't trust Bill Gates with his own wife to be faithful to her or to be fair to her, then why would we trust him with our health?
Out of tens of thousands of very powerful people who continued working and socializing with Epstein even after the whole world knew exactly who and what he was. Peter Attia, best-selling author, researcher, CBS contributor and ambassador, and investor in rapidly growing protein brand David. Overall, charming celebrity doctor, media personality, known around the world as an expert on aging and longevity. But when you search his name in the Epstein files, he comes back almost 2,000 times. In June of 2015, 6 years after Epstein got out of prison, Attia writes him an email with the subject, "Got a fresh shipment," with a now redacted image attached. Epstein replies with his own now redacted image. Attia says, "Please tell me you found that picture online." Epstein confirms that whatever it is in the image belongs to him, to which Attia responds, "The biggest problem with being friends with you is that the life you lead is so outrageous, yet I can't tell a soul." Over the years, Attia writes to Epstein about going through withdrawal when he wasn't seeing him. They would joke about the macronutrients in women's pussies. Attia would reach out to Epstein and talk about visiting his island. He would write, "Nothing like little St. James, I bet." Their emails even reveal a dark truth from Attia's personal life. In a book he wrote in 2023, Attia shared that in 2017, he had been so selfishly absorbed with his work while on a trip to New York City that he did not go home to be with his family in California after his infant son had a heart attack, ultimately only returning 10 days after it had happened. Meanwhile, he had been emailing with Epstein to organize a meeting during that same week. Just days after the files were released, Attia wrote in his apology tweet that in November of 2018, he read the Miami Herald investigative article about Epstein and was repulsed and nauseated. But even that was just another lie. In reality, after Epstein's crimes were re-exposed by the Miami Herald in 2018, Attia's correspondence with him only continued, all the way up until the spring of 2019. Just before Epstein was arrested, Attia would continue emailing to check up on him. He would ask how he was doing in the wake of the article's release, making sure he was okay and that he wasn't taking it too hard. Clearly, he was not repulsed or nauseated enough to bring their friendship to an end. This is the pattern that emerges from Epstein's emails over and over and over. Prominent, powerful people knew exactly who he was and what he had done, and then they stayed in his circle anyway.
Let me say something to you guys. I have a tiny little following here on social media, right? I don't have to do any of these things. I literally don't have to do any of these things. What these guys did with my tiny little following and the little bit of money that I make from social media, I don't have to do what these guys did. I can get a date. There'll be some girl will go out with me somewhere. I have a little bit of money. I'm fine. What these guys did is disgusting. Because if you have any sort of notoriety or anybody knows who you are at all, it's not hard to go out with a woman. It's not hard to be in a social circle.
Peter Attia is not unique in this. He's not even unusual. Honestly, despite everything I may be able to say about his lies and hypocrisy, he's a pretty minor player. Because the archive reveals dozens of others. Tech billionaires, Oscar-winning filmmakers, people whose names we know, people whose work we're familiar with and consume. And all of them tell the same story. We didn't know, we weren't close, and when we did find out, we cut ties immediately. But all of them are lying through their teeth.
Yes.
And so the question that just keeps coming back is simple.
They're
What the hell
lying.
was in it for
Yes.
them? Why would these people stand alongside someone who was such a huge risk? And why are they lying about it now? And that tells you not just something about Epstein, but about what these people are. These people who run our companies, shape our politics, and build the technology and culture we consume every day. In the spring of 2012, Epstein was planning a trip to Paris, and during an email with a friend, he lets it slip that he's going with Woody. Woody, of course, being the 4-time Academy Award-winning, world-famous film director with 50 movies to his name.
I moved to Hollywood in the year 2000, and any type of Woody Allen project, me and my girlfriend at the time, we stayed away from anything to do with Woody Allen. He's just a creep.
Woody Allen. And then Epstein's friend asks if they're going for the pedophile convention, to which Epstein replies, I think Philae is the plural. And Woody Allen, besides being a filmmaker, is also the man who began a sexual relationship with and later married his own ex-wife's adopted daughter. Woody Allen goes on to appear in the files 7,000 times. They plan visits to Little St. James and Epstein's ranch in New Mexico. They organize dinners in New York and Paris. Epstein gives him furniture. He coordinates with his wife. Woody Allen made movies. He has fame, influence, cultural capital. He's a highly respected artist. Really, he's one of the most beloved filmmakers alive. Critics praise his films, journalists still clamor to talk to him, actors want to work with him, he's received every award there is, but at the same time, he spent years scheduling visits to Jeffrey Epstein's island. And the fact that he was right there in Epstein's inner circle for years after the conviction, it tells you something that's deeper than just emails. It tells you that Epstein's world wasn't a shadowy conspiracy, it wasn't hidden, it was full of the same people our culture celebrates. His friends were directors with Oscars, scientists who sit on stage and give TED Talks and release best-selling books, politicians who decide our fate. These are the people we've been taught to admire, to trust, and to believe are the good ones in life. But they were all there and they all knew. And I think this is where the Epstein story starts to shift under our feet. It's stopped being about him and what he did, and instead he becomes this virus that spreads to everyone around him, until it spreads so far that the entire world starts looking different. Epstein didn't get away with anything because he was clever or even hiding at all. And that makes this not just his crime, but everyone's. Another person who appears repeatedly in Epstein's emails is Reid Hoffman, a tech entrepreneur from California who in the year 2000 became the senior VP of business development at PayPal, a position that would make him a millionaire after the company was sold to eBay a few years later. But then, along with other PayPal founders and employees, he became part of the PayPal Mafia, an informal group of former PayPal executives known for their own massive success after they sold PayPal to eBay. This network includes the founders of YouTube, Tesla, Palantir, Affirm, Yelp, as well as executives from Reddit, Sequoia Capital, Square, and more.
Yeah, it's the worst. The PayPal Mafia is the worst group of billionaires that have absolutely decimated our entire financial structure.
In 2003, he would then co-found LinkedIn and would grow it into becoming the world's biggest business-oriented social media platform, selling it in the end to Microsoft for over $25 billion. Today, Reid Hoffman sits on the board of directors at Microsoft, as well as having sat on the board at OpenAI for several years, among involvement in various other AI ventures, with a total net worth in the billions. He also happened to blatantly lie to the whole world about the nature of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. In 2019, after Epstein was first arrested, Hoffman went on record saying that he only ever met with him for the purpose of fundraising for the MIT Media Lab, where he had a position at the time. But it would turn out that that was not true, and he had in fact had many more meetings with Epstein up until less than a year before his arrest, as well as having visited his island for a weekend in the summer of 2014. In 2015, Hoffman wrote an email to Epstein after news of his involvement with Prince Andrew first hit the news, offering to help manage the negative press coverage online to cover up what they had been accused of. And the PayPal Mafia just keeps showing up in Epstein's inner circle. Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, and now even the company's founder himself, Peter Thiel, who also appears in the Epstein files far more often than he ever admitted on his own. Peter Thiel, after founding and selling PayPal in the early 2000s, became a central figure in Silicon Valley, but not as an entrepreneur himself. Instead, he began a career in venture capital that would be considered by many a form of political investing.
This guy's really, really out there. He's really, really crazy, Peter Thiel.
To fund tech companies that disrupted traditional industries, building up a huge portfolio of companies like Airbnb, Uber, Stripe. He was even the first outside investor in Facebook, giving them $500,000 in exchange for 10% of the company in 2005. Meanwhile, he would advocate for libertarian politics on the side, giving big donations to figures like Ron Paul and more. But over the years, Peter Thiel's political perspectives shifted dramatically, generating skeptical media attention and a variety of questions around the nature of his influence ever since. At various times, Peter Thiel's advocated—
Is that right? I'd love to hear that, Jackie. I would love to hear it. I've got a hard out at 3 o'clock, so I got to get out of here in the next few minutes. I'll watch a couple more minutes with you.
Against women's rights to vote, publicly questioned the viability of democracy itself, called for a hyper-capitalist corporate takeover of world governments, and, most recently, delivered a series of lectures alleging that the biblical Antichrist is publicly emerging right now in the real world from the movement.
Yeah, he doesn't think humanity should carry on. He thinks most of humanity should be wiped out. This guy right here believes that.
For environmental conservation. Perhaps most notably, though, the one exception to his career of mostly investing and advocating would be, of course, his second company, Palantir. Now worth over $300 billion, Palantir specializes in building intelligence tools for military and police use, and has been identified by many as essentially operating like a private surveillance state. And Peter Thiel appears in the Epstein files over two.
People often will say that I have TDS, or what I hate the most about Trump is that he's Pied Pipered in a lot of people in this chat to trust him and bring in this absolute surveillance state social credit score. And that's what Trump, his legacy will be.
2,000 times,
Epstein.
with records showing various lunch
really
events,
sad.
meetings, and visits throughout the 2010s. And while Peter Thiel would say that his interactions with Epstein were purely a product of Epstein being a, quote, crazed networker, records that emerged later would tell a completely different story. Because by 2015, Peter Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein were literally doing business together. In 2015 and 2016, Epstein invested a total of $40 million in Valor Ventures, a venture capital firm that Thiel had co-founded for funding tech companies outside the typical Silicon Valley bubble. Around that same time, Epstein began...
I've been covering these Epstein files. June Buglin, thanks. Just subscribe. Appreciate that. You can make sure you're subscribed. You guys hit the subscribe channel. Yeah, I've been talking about people being eaten, calling people jerky. It's been absolutely insane what we're seeing happen in the Epstein files.
Pitching that Thiel's funds should invest in an Israeli software company called Carbine that was making emergency communication apps, and they would invest tens of millions of dollars. And in addition to that, the Epstein files revealed that there would be dozens more meetings between Peter Thiel and Jeff Epstein, showing countless invitations and conversations over the years. And despite Peter Thiel diminishing his relationship with Epstein as inconsequential and transactional, they in fact stayed in contact all the way up.
You can see the people who don't get it in the crowd saying, oh, he has TDS. It's, both sides are bad. The Republicans and the Democrats are both in on raping our children. I'm sorry you're so led by a Pied Piper that you can't see that Trump is a pedophile too. I believe the women who accused him of raping them, 100%. And there's several in the Epstein files who have accused Trump of raping them. So I believe those women. And I think that Clinton is too. And I think that a whole host of Democrats are as well. But you're not going to sit here and tell me I have TDS when it's written all over the wall.
Up until just a couple months before Epstein died,
you can say whatever you
far
want.
after
It's
the
not
world
true.
began to take interest in his case yet again. But as I was going through this part of the files, it started to look like Peter Thiel being dishonest was actually the least interesting part of his relationship with Epstein. Instead, I started asking, how did Epstein get involved with this Israeli company in the first place? Who brought it to him? Who connected him to the Israeli tech world and pushed him to shop it around Silicon Valley? And the answer to that is that this company, Carbine, that's today worth over $900 million and deployed all over the world, was co-founded by yet another good friend of Jeffrey Epstein, the former Prime Minister of Israel itself. Ehud Barak is a former general in the IDF who was active in Israeli national politics from the late 90s to the early 2010s, serving at different times as the Minister of Defense, the leader of the Labour Party, the head of the IDF, and at one point even as the country's prime minister as a successor of Benjamin Netanyahu's first term. He also appears in the Epstein files over 4,000 times, and looking at their relationship as revealed by the release of the Epstein archives, we can see a level of connection that goes far beyond casual acquaintance. Because from 2013 to 2017, Barak and Epstein are on record having met at least 40 times, and for some years, they had scheduled appointments every month. Epstein functioned in many ways as Barak's secret advisor, giving financial and business advice, helping expand his network, and acting overall as a kind of sounding board. And even more than just visiting the island, which he also did, back in New York City, Barack and his wife would so frequently stay over at Epstein's Upper East Side apartment that it turned into a running joke for Epstein's staff. In 2015, Epstein's assistant emails her colleagues to ask, "Jeffrey is wondering if we can get faster internet for apartment 11J. Ehud is requesting it. Looks like this is slowly becoming his apartment." And if their social ties were close, their financial entanglements were even deeper. In 2015, Barack invested $1.5 million in a seed round for Reporty, later rebranded as Carbine, an Israeli emergency communications software startup. And much of the capital for that investment had been given to him directly from Epstein himself. And besides Barack, the only other investor in that initial round was the Israeli Ministry of Economy itself, which contributed $300,000. Basically, Jeffrey Epstein was deeply financially connected to the highest level of Israeli politics. According to Reason magazine, Epstein used Barack to seek out opportunities in the surveillance industry and build connections with powerful figures around the globe, including multiple figures in Israeli intelligence and figures in Vladimir Putin's circle. Of course, there is still the question of what Barack knew and when. He has maintained that he had no idea Epstein was involved with underage girls, but leaked emails reported on by Straight Arrow News show that Barack's own aide sent him news articles about Epstein as early as 2011, 4 years before Epstein invested in Barack's companies. And so Epstein's relationship with a former prime minister of Israel has raised even further questions about what exactly Epstein's true role in politics may have been. Because as it would turn out, his connection with Barack wasn't just social and wasn't just financial. Not only is he hosting this guy at his house all the time, he's advising him on politics, emailing about how to deal with Iranian nuclear enrichment, pushing ideas about taking military action against Syria. They weren't just friends and business partners. Epstein was exerting influence with a political agenda as well. And of course, if you want to exert influence over me, you guys can now buy these sweaters where I design and do the embroidery.
I put the link for this video, I pinned it in the comment section because I got a hard out at 3. I got enough time to play Chevy's song. You guys make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, double tap, hit the like button if you would please. Hit the subscribe button real quick. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm gonna play us out with a song from Chevy, my man. Chevy does these Terry versus Ohio, Arizona versus Evans.
Shut the front door, I invoke the fifth. Hello, officer, my old friend.
I come to film you once again.
Because I'm standing softly creeping.
Left
I want to say thank you to everybody for coming by. Do me a favor, sound off in the chat. Sound off in the chat. Who is in the room? Who is in the chat? There is Chevy's song right there. What's up, Chevy?
On the screen.
Good faith.
You guys do me a favor and say, "What's up, Chevy?" Thanks for the song, buddy. Appreciate you.
In a glitchy machine.
Not the warrant. That was already clear.
No, they're both.
Torture cuffs of things feel.
Torture cuffs are torture.
Hits you like a blister.
Hell Tantrum Bowl, thanks for coming by. It's Wibbles. Harry Bird, thanks for coming by, Harry Bird. The June Bugley, thanks for coming by, June. Les Paul. John Lund, thanks for coming by. Chevy, great song. Doublings. Guns Wade, good to see you. Sound Off, who's in here? YouTube Premium is in the chat. Chad21, good to see you. Wanda Meese, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you guys coming by, man. We're live every day, every other day. I'm probably live 4 or 5 times a week. I've been working on other stuff lately, so I haven't been here as much. Chevy outdid himself, buddy. Thanks for coming by the chat, everybody. I really appreciate it. Had a nice time with you guys. Joe, thanks for coming by. Blue Poo Poo, thanks for coming by. Anthony, thank you for coming by. Alice, thanks for coming by. Got a new trifold coming out by the end of this week. So hold tight on a brand new trifold. Marcy Fox, who's in the house. Jennifer Hill was here. BS Unleashed. So good to see everybody. Thank you guys for coming by. I really appreciate it. I would stay all day. Get back in your car, little doggy, and write your ticket. Look at the graphics. Chevy's going crazy here on this AI stuff. Nice to see you, Ace. Thanks for coming by. Simply, good to see you. Razor, thanks for coming by. Andre, thanks for coming by.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. Shut the front motherfucking door. Shut the door, Chevy. Darren, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. Grateful Dabs, thanks for coming by. John Lund, good to see you. Alice, good to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming by this channel. I really appreciate it. Fred, I'm glad you were here. Thanks for coming by. Sally Stanley, good to see you. Listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I could sit here and hang out with you guys all night, but I got to get the flock out of here. I got to finish this thing I'm working on. I'll see you on the next one. Bruce, Mikey, Greg, Cope Dog Your Dog, Let's OTVO, Rights On, V Boyer, David Gaston. See you on the next one. Later, Gators.